What's up, y'all? This is Keke for 107.5 WGCI. And you know, it's a very special day in Chicago, honey. It is Stacia Mac Day, and we are celebrating with the queen right here. Hey, sis.
Hey.
How are you?
I am well. Thank you, queen.
Oh, yes, man. I was excited when this interview came across my desk because we are celebrating you for the great 28. We are honoring, all the fabulous people from Chicago making waves across the country. And when it was time to pick names for the list, myself, my boss, Johnny D, the whole team was like, you got to put Stacia on the list. You have earned that spot. So congratulations.
Thank you, queen. I really appreciate it. This one hits different when it's from your hometown. I was like, wait, little old me? Okay, mama, I made it.
Yes. I mean, you have built an empire. People, would love to say, oh, Polo G's mom and manager, but you're so much more than that at this point, and you are making our city look so amazing. Stacia, just tell us, what does it mean to you to be honored by the city, the station of WGCI in your hometown of Chicago? How does it feel?
It's amazing. Chicago has taught me so many things, and the only thing that I have ever wanted was I teach my children, when you walk outside, you walk with not only your race on your back, a nation on your back, but also your family name and also where you're from. You know what I mean? So I carry Chicago with me, and I hold my head high because many of the lessons I learned were from Chicago. I grew up listening to WGCI, traveling around, and it's like, where you from? Chicago, proudly, So to be honored inside of your city, it's just surreal. And it's one of those moments where you're like, you know what, I finally made it, and I've done something that I've always set out to do, which is make a mark. Money is good, it helps, but for me, it's character, it's integrity, and just to leave a legacy of letting people know that you too can do this,
Yes. And we see you go across the country, of course, making waves as the momager, and then the empire, Stacia Mac, and I Birth Legends, and all the things that you've worked so hard on. What do you feel has been your greatest accomplishment to this point?
Well, I feel like my greatest accomplishment right now is showing that I can birth legends and effectively promote them, because the Capital I brand wasn't built overnight. You know what I mean? I was inside of my subsidized housing apartment, and I'm like, I birth legends, and what you see now is the way I walk, talk, breathe life into my children, and told them, you won't be problematic. This is what you're going to do. And where we are now is where we always expected to be. And so for me to be able to say, this was an idea, and I'm going to see it through, and we're going to build generational wealth from this idea, and not treat it as a hobby, but as a job, and build upon it. That's the biggest thing for me, because people get money. They get it all the time. Can you keep it? Can you make a brand? Can you build on it? That's what we do.
You've done some amazing things with the brands, your children. One of my favorite things about you is social media. Like, you're one of my favorite people to follow.
Thank you, queen.
You always serving us looks. What is next for you, Stacia Mac? Like, I know you have your artists and you have your children, but what's next for you? Because I feel like it's something there. Like, we want to see more of you.
Well, for me, I feel like I need to do an all women's production company. I want to have my hands inside of that. That's something that's really important to me, to see more representations of women behind the cameras, producing things, and taking the lead, and especially like filming and music. So that's what's next for me. That's important. My ebook, The Music Industry Cheat Code, the class was so successful. I said, you know what, let me monetize it and put it on my website for other people who weren't able to make the classes, and to share that information and that knowledge. So I got a lot going on, and, further development for my children, for other artists, and, those that are signed to ODA management.
Yeah, I mean, that's all of that the people need, the sharing the gems, and that's what really being one of the great 28 is all about, sharing the knowledge and the things that you've learned along this journey. Outside of that, though, we got to talk about Polo, because the career is just, he's just making the city so proud. And I know as his mom, you are even more proud than how we feel. And I always tell people, like, Polo, like my cousin in my head, I'm so proud of him. Like, I know, and we always supporting him, but like,
yeah, you do.
Just watching him break the barriers that he's broken and continue to be as creative as he is, like this Michael Jackson record. It's just, it's crazy.
He don't play.
No.
When I heard it, I went bananas. And Michael Jackson clearance is not easy to get, right? So it was like he woke up and he was like, oh wait, what you know about that? Okay, let's go with it. And we worked at it and we worked to get it cleared. And he even went to the estates and he's like, this is something near and dear to me. I want to I'll be honored to be able to get this sample and this clearance because I want to be, aligned with this legacy or what have you. And they were really cool about it and they let us. And I'm like, that's history in the making. He always thinks outside the box. He's not like one note, one tone. He always, like even with the Better Days that we have with Mae Mueller, it's doing amazing. And it was a UK hit, considered for so many awards and charted really, really well because he put him on any beat and he gonna freak it. He's gonna do he's gonna do what needs to be done on it. And that's what I like about him, his versatility.
Yes, I mean, when I heard that record, I was so like, it's one thing to get that Nicki feature so early in his career, but then to turn around and do with Michael Jackson, I'm like, come on, Polo, come on, Capitalize. Yes. I know how y'all coming. So, we're excited for everything that's going to come for you, Stacia.
Thank you.
I do want to ask you this because you always killing it on Instagram. I'm seeing you on TikTok. Like, it's some fan pages that be crazy about you on TikTok. How do your kids feel about people like lusting after their mom and being like, oh, she fine? How do they deal with that?
We take it with a grain of salt. We always feel, we talk about it a lot and we don't let the industry, if you will, get to us because I teach my kids, if you live by the compliment, you'll die by the insult. You can't take that stuff serious. So it's like, we don't talk about it. I got some fine ass kids. I'm a good looking old woman. Yeah. So, we really just don't talk about it. It's just one of those things like,
Well, listen, you keep turning down on the gram and making these power moves, and we're going to keep rooting for you and celebrating you here in Chicago.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Queen.
Absolutely. What's one thing you want to leave with the city on Stacia Mac Day?
On Stacia Mac Day, I want you to know that I am a living representation of you. I am you, you are me. My wins, my successes are yours. And if I can do it, you can too.
Yes. There you have it, Chicago. The queen, the empire boss lady, Stacia Mac checking in for the great 28. And I got to get back down to Atlanta so we can party again soon, okay?
Yes, I miss you. Come back down.
Yes, yes.